Hi, I'm Javi,
Hi, I'm Jack.
and we are your co hosts for Amazing Spider Man Classics Season 2. We just wanted to drop our quick thoughts here on YouTube for the new Spider Man Across the Spider Verse trailer 2 that dropped this morning on, what was it, April 4th,
April 4th.
2023. So, first off, I was a huge fan of the first movie, the Academy Award winning first movie. We
Did it
saw
win the Academy
it
Award?
did best
Okay.
animated picture. We saw it a few times in the cinema, including one with Mr. Marquez. One of the Miles artists did a Q&A afterwards, and we got to meet him and chat Spider-Man with him, which was awesome. David Marquez is a great guy, but that's besides the point because we're here to talk about Spider-Man. And I don't know about you, I love this trailer. I love the first trailer for this movie, but this one just really,
This one gives you like a greater scope of like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, we're going big with this one.
I mean, you felt like it was going big before.
It
but
was
like
going big, but
now
now
you
it's just like,
the stakes aren't any more clear necessarily, but you feel the drama and the tension. And what I thought was really interesting about it was all the marketing up until this point. I mean, a little bit hinting that there's some friction with Miguel because we saw him and Miles fighting earlier. But a lot of the push has been, oh, the Spot. The Spot is the villain. You were excited about that because of the casting. With Jason Schwartzman, who you know from what?
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. As Gideon Graves and Scott Pilgrim, but he was supposed to be the Spot, who we finally get to see in this trailer, the bread.
The bread.
That was awesome. But it seems more like from this trailer that he's a catalyst for the conflict. And that Miguel, my favorite alt Spidey, is the antagonist for Miles in this one. It feels like that's where the conflict is going to come from Miles and Miguel telling him he can't do something because the fate of the universe is at stake.
Save one life or save like
Yeah.
everyone else's universe.
Yeah. So it's not without precedent for a spider person to lose a loved one. And and
'Cause
Miles,
they brought up Uncle Ben a whole
they brought up Uncle Ben a whole bunch. Miles has lost both parents in different realities, in different iterations. I won't tell you which one and what, but you should read some comics and play some games if you don't know. So I'd hate to see that history repeat again because I really love the dynamic he has with having his parents. I mean, it differentiates him from Peter, but still allows you to have those Spider-Man elements like being Spider-Man interfering with parent-teacher conference,
Yeah.
which I love how we got
A B in
B,
Spanish.
and his dad was like, "Oh, your mom would be so mad. Why would you do this to your mother?" Like, and it's a B. Like, I'd be thrilled if you got to be in Spanish. I'd be thrilled if I got to be in Spanish. So, like the character stuff is definitely there from the trailer. What did you think of the new Spideys that we got to see, or the Spideys we got to see more of?
I couldn't like pick out because we only watched it the once and we didn't like pause, but we definitely
Fresh
got
reactions.
we definitely got to see a whole bunch of more guys just like walking about and then like all pointing at each other.
Yeah, that was a
It's
good
cool
use.
that Mayday, right?
Yeah,
Penny?
Mayday.
Yeah,
Mayday.
Mayday's there.
Yeah, Penny was the first movie with Spider, the robot.
Okay. I always
Mayday
forget names.
is Spider Girl in the MC2 universe. Because we see Spinneret in the other trailer, who's got Annie, who's like her and Peter's daughter. This one clearly states this one is baby Mayday, which she had her whole Spider Girl and Amazing Spider Girl series. Go to the Spidey Dude Radio Network, watch Make Mine Mayday with Zach and Kelly. You can learn all about this awesome character. I really got a kick out of the big spotlight they showed on Scarlet Spider. That's one of Zach's favorite characters. So I know he's really excited about that. There should be a video right next to this one on the channel, and you'll hear Zach talk all about how thrilled he is to see that. There's a spider horse that came breaking through the wall at the end.
Was there?
Yeah, and when Spider-Man's going to therapy with Spider-Man and talking about his Uncle Ben dying, when all those spider people crash through going after Miles, one of them is a horse with a mask. So I want to see more of that. It was great to hear Oscar Isaac perform. Like, obviously, we heard him at the end of the first movie, but that was very jokey. And here he gets more of
serious,
more of a serious,
more grave kind of tone.
Yeah, like he really seems to get more into the character this time out. So that's going to be really awesome to see.
It's definitely a lot different from the end of like the first movie.
Yeah,
and like
both in look and
tone.
But he's got the teeth, and he's got the enhanced vision that he has in the Peter David comics from the late or the early 90s. The meme, we talked about the meme. The pointing was awesome. I like that we got to see PS4 Spidey in that meme, and Spider-Man Unlimited, and maybe another version of Miles. The other one in the meme looked kind of like the ultimate suit that he got right before he got the more well-known black suit, which is also in the PS4 Miles Morales game, or PS5 if that's what you have. God, what else? There's so much, like, there's so much coming at you. I really dug. We got to see a different look at Gwen's tragedy, and at first I thought, oh, it's like Peter B. Parker dying, and that's who she's next to. Or is it her Peter when he died, and maybe he was trying to be a spider person too, and then that turned him into the lizard? So maybe they're adding a little wrinkle there, because it, from what I could tell, it looked like a Peter in a Spider-Man costume. But the pants were kind of ripped, which made me think of like the sweatpants from Peter B. Parker. But it's always good to see more Gwen. We got Spider-Man India, Spider-Woman. There were just so many spider people.
It was pulling from everywhere.
Yeah, literally everywhere, which is awesome. Like, you can't stop the Spider-Verse now. It's not going away. Not after this movie. Not after No Way Home.
Yeah.
Definitely not after this movie. Speaking of which, Miguel makes a reference to Doctor Strange and that other kid from 199999. Like, is that the MCU verse now? Because we heard it referred to as the 616, but that was Mysterio who said it in Far From Home, and he was not exactly a reliable narrator.
Yeah.
So maybe we're rebranding Earth's.
I mean, 616 is the comic universe anyway.
Yeah, and a lot of people were upset that the MCU was all of a sudden labeling themselves as 616. So we'll see. Also tied into that, obviously different countries have a lot of times they get, like, there's a regular trailer for the US, there's an international trailer, or individual countries will have their own specifically targeted to their audience, maybe with subtitles. Maybe things are cut together differently. I watched a few, didn't really notice that much of a change, except for the Sony Pictures India one, which is funny because there's a Spider-Man India. But that one starts off with live action footage, focusing on Tobey Maguire, who's delivering dialogue. Then we cut to Andrew Garfield and a shot of him, and then we get Tom Holland. It's all about Spider-Man having to make difficult choices. And now on June 2nd, it's Miles' turn. And he has a great line about anyone can wear the mask, but it's how you wear the mask that defines you. And I really like the fact that we have Miles having to weigh his personal life, his family life, with being a hero. Because that, to me, is like the core dilemma for Spider-Man, is balancing the two halves of his identity and that struggle. And I don't know, it just, like, it just gets me right there.
Yeah, the message with this one, like what they said from like the trailer about him carving like his own destiny, kind of thing, and being like the hero he wants to be. I
mean, they kind of touch on him getting older in the first trailer, the talk with his mom, but like this makes it resonate in a different way, and I really think it's important that Miles' struggle is everyone's telling him what to do, and he's got to make his decision for himself on what's right for him and not go with what people say. So, I mean, I'm already pretty excited for this movie. We're easy marks, but I mean, this just elevated. June is going to be crazy between Spider-Man, Batman, which is really the Flash, but I'm still calling it Batman because it's Michael Keaton, and Indiana Jones, Transformers. Like, June is going to be crazy enough, and that's not to mention Guardians and Blue Beetle and everything else that's coming out. So did this move the needle at all for you in excitement?
I mean, I was excited like enough already because it's a sequel to like my favorite Spider-Man movie and one of my favorite superhero movie of all time.
Nice.
So I was just like, okay, we got a sequel, let's go. But we didn't get we got to see a little bit of it, but like not like a whole like consensus of what it's about. Besides, like there's a whole bunch of more Spider people now. But now that we kind of get more of the plot and like the theming of it, I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I was already pretty amped too, just like you said. I mean, for me, that's still, as much as I loved No Way Home, and the audience experience on that was unlike anything I've had in a theater. It's just Into the Spider-Verse is so much more concise. Like, you can just watch that one movie and it's all right there. Versus No Way Home, you've got to have all of this other stuff to build up to it to get to that point. But Into the Spider-Verse did it in one. And now we get to see more of that world. And not only that, this is part one. There's still a sequel coming not too long after this one. So I'm pretty excited. Bring on the merch, bring on the posters, the soundtrack. I liked how they used What's Up Danger in this trailer towards the end to kind of amp up the tension. But any final thoughts?
Can June come faster?
Right?
Please?
When can we pre-order our tickets in Alamo Drafthouse? Please make a pint glass, since we didn't get one for No Way Home because of the state of the world back then. So hopefully that'll happen. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the trailer as much as we did. Make sure you check us out on Amazing Spider-Man Classics. We should have a new episode coming out soon once I edit it. And of course, like and subscribe. Go to the Spidey Dude Radio Network. Subscribe to the Spidey Dude Experience. Do all the things at spidey-dude.com. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, one more thing.
Bye-bye.
Okay.